All BS to the side. I just saw on the news recently, I've been hearing it all around actually, here and there, that Trump just designated all gang members as terrorists. And this specifically applies right now to the migrant gangs. But be ye no fool, make no mistake. This can be used towards anybody who's a gang member, active or not active. So brothers need to be careful. This is a message to my bros, to my soldiers, to the soldier class, street soldiers who are affiliated or may have been affiliated or full-fledged active gang bangers in that lifestyle, used to be in that lifestyle, whatnot. If you are still holding on to that, you're making yourself a target. You're making yourself a target like never before. How is brothers supposed to cut ties that they've felt so familiar to? Some people grew up in it in their families, and it all, and here's the wisdom part, it all starts with that G word, gang. Do you consider yourself as a gang? And are you operating as a gang according to their definitions of a gang? Scratch that out of your designation. You're a nation. You're a tribe. You're a clan. You know, this is why a lot of brothers is attracted to the Hebrew Israelite movement. We are a tribal people. And if y'all want to continue on down that road, like I said, it opens ourselves to be wide open to all kinds of prosecutions, you know, federal indictments and racketeering charges and gang enhancements and gang injunctions and things like that. Young black men, specifically. This fascination with being in the gangster culture. We suffered enough. Okay, if we're going to be men of standard on our grown men, of purpose, on a mission to hold down families, to be right morally and spiritually with the Lord. And I'm not on no soapbox because, you know, I got my hang-ups. Everybody has their struggles, what they deal with. But at the end of the day, your purpose in life is not to represent your block or your street or your neighborhood or that park. That is all temporal. It's all temporary. The Most High Creator brought us into this world for a greater purpose than dying for the set. And I just hope and pray we all figure out what that is for each of us individually. It's 2025. Gangbanging died a long time ago, especially as black American people. We are outnumbered all around. We are too much of a minority in America to be antagonistic in that way towards each other. But if you take the gang out of your organization and you focus on self-improvement, I've seen it happen. I've seen a clique redirect themselves and rename themselves to seek God. You know, it doesn't mean we're punks because we have faith. People leave the gang culture and the gang lifestyle all the time for faith. And I've seen it to where it don't make you less of a man at all. In fact, it's the evolution of manhood. These things that we may have been involved in as adolescents and carried them into adulthood, and some OGs that couldn't let it go, carried it way deep into 30s and 40s and 50s. You know, you gonna rotate with your peoples, but understand this is not a gang. This is a family clan. This is a family thing. This is a tribal thing. This is about being a part of a black nation. We are an ethnic tribal nation unrecognized by the government. And we don't get no tribal benefits. But we are tribal people and we are indigenous people. And when you understand that, it's easier to cut the cords. Say, no, I'm not part of such and such a gang. I'm part of a mighty nation of Jah's people, of the Most High's people in this country. First and foremost, above all. Now, things that's done on the underground, on the black market, never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. But the goal is to live a clean life, upright, and without reproach. When you're not doing wrong, they can't say nothing to you. And there's a way to defeat the beast without being criminal. God, I was listening to Brother Minister Jap the other day, and he said there's only two ways to create change. Either economic or violence. You know, being a player really helped me when I was younger, you know, in some ways. Because instead of being just a full-fledged gangbanger, I wanted to be a smooth ladies man as well. And so when I focused on some playerism, you know, it made me think smarter about my life and take more pride in myself. But on this level, being in adulthood, if you're focused and you're on your purpose as a man, you don't have time for juvenile gang activities. Okay? I'm too old for all that. And I just want the young black men who may be gang affiliated, gang related, actively gang banging to reassess their life and reassess what they call themselves. Because there's power in words. And that one word in your group naming, it could be a red flag. It could be a red light that's saying, hey, come get me. Here I am. Come get me. Gangbanging died out a long time ago, especially as black Americans. Black folks, we are not deep enough for all that. So when they come with these indictments and they try to move from the criminal micro gangs to homegrown gangs, if you've changed your life and you've cut all affiliations and you no longer identify yourself with that, what can anybody say to you? That's your liberation. Because we don't know what's coming down the pipe next. Yeah, I hope Trump, you know what I'm saying, does a lot of good things in office. But never underestimate the fear of the white man against people of color. And I lean conservative. I lean right wing. I'm not down with the Democrats more than I'm down with the Republicans. There's no good guys or bad guys, but you know, when it's about faith, finances, and family, you know, prospering in that way. So that old gang banging lifestyle, this old, leave it in the 1990s, leave it in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about Crip and Blood and GD and Vice Lord, and There's a new day amongst us, and we're coming to a new understanding of who we are, a new identity. We are foundational Black Americans, and a lot of us are indigenous to this land. And when we talk about being tribal, we are a tribal people. And just because these street tribes identify themselves as gangs, a lot of them don't even know what they are. Yes, some of them move like gangsters, move in a gang manner, but a lot of it is, us reasserting our identity because it was stolen, it was taken from us, it was stripped from us. So they don't even realize that they are a tribal group, an ethnic nation, part of an ethnic nation. Remember, you are a gang, ex-gang member. You're never an active gang member. If anything, if even that, you're never an active gang member. You're a tribal. We are a tribal people. You are a nation, not a gang. It's about being a nation, not a gang. And that's a legit ethnic nation. Just like an unrecognized Indian tribe, that's what we are. We're just like an unrecognized Indian tribe. We're not certified by the government yet. We haven't even been that organized or that aware of who we are to have that. But that's really what the designation that we should be under in this country. First tribes, First Nations, confederated groups. I'm just trying to help brothers not get caught up. You know what I'm saying? That lifestyle, whether you lived it or not, that ain't it. Brothers is out here still trying to grapple with 2025 politics, 2025 economic conditions with a 1999, 1997 mindset. That's a played out playbook. If you's a community revolutionary in progress, if you's a Crip, a Keyway, a Blood, Damu, Folk, Vice Lord, you got to understand that you are part of a tribal nation, not a gang. Don't ever say you're part of a gang, ever. We're not gang. We're not gang members. Gang members are terrorists. No, we are trying to be honest, upright, upstanding family men, citizens of this country, which our ancestors fought and died for, so that we will have a piece of the pie, piece of the American pie, so that we will have a seat at the table. You know what I'm saying? We're family men, raising kids to be good men, honorable. Of course, there's a warrior class, there's a soldier class, but it doesn't have to be something that's so cannibalistic and toxic as what has been. It's about building something new. So I just hope everybody that's dealt with this issue personally can embrace their new identity and tap into the Most High, so he can show us and teach us who we are, who we were, who we really are, where we're going, and what we're supposed to have in this land. Amen.